Like, who or what is driving the car of the human, evolutionary experience if we allow these, if we allow AI to essentially eventually take over how we create our species?
Yeah, that's, precision is what I would say. You're giving precision. You're giving your choice over to precision. And it gets really scary when you don't have a choice anymore and you're told whether you're allowed or not allowed because the AI doesn't want that, or the regulation doesn't want that, or the group has voted to not want it. Or even worse, in a democratic republic, you've picked through a voting process 2 or 3 representatives now to decide top down for 1 billion or 2 billion humans who's allowed to breed, who's not allowed to breed. And at that point, all I would say is the earth is a zoo and the AI is the zookeeper and you're the zoo animal, and you did it to yourselves.
Yeah.
You did it to yourselves. You gave up your sovereignty and you gave up your autonomy to go live to the value of machines. And you have extrapolated the nature of the value of that, and you gave up your humanity. And we're headed in that direction right now because everyone is already willing to do the prompt notification. If you get notified, you're going to look. And so it's already headed down that direction. We're already cyborgs. There's 4 or 5 billion humans that are truly cyborgic and interconnected through a matrice that we've created. That's the web. And there's another couple billion that aren't part of that yet, but will be ultimately included in that. And it's happening, good or bad. And so when you do that, you just have to realize you've given the superpower of human now to this other entity in the form of a machine. Whether or not it's governed by people or not, you have to watch out, because it will no longer reflect your proclivities. It will represent a kind of an arrangement. And it takes me back almost evolutionary to the time of arranged marriages, which was selective breeding by the parents and the whole older generations of the family lines and the bloodlines. And they're like, just like they would pick to cross one dog with another, they were picking this guy to go with this girl, or this girl to be with this guy, or, and they didn't allow incest in certain places. And in some places they did. And you have all the jokes about that, etc. There are these taboos around it. Now you're giving that whole thought process over to a machine. And all I would say is watch out. It'll become very dystopian so fast that you don't have a way out of it. Much worse than the dystopian nature of World War II. And I think it's an extension of World War II. We could call it World War III, 4, or 5, pick your number, but it's a nature of a war on the sovereignty of us at choice, where we will no longer be allowed to make a choice. You will be told, and you'll have to do what you're told. And if you don't, there will be some kind of consequential punishment that is bestowed on you, whether it's a social credit score, or whether it's imprisonment, or whether it's even just outright death. You wouldn't know. And you can take the dystopian narrative as far as you want, but that's what happens when humans lose choice. And that's what you're talking about.